Hey folks, Father Sympathy from Cityvirus here. Today we're going to see how to create LUTs, LUTs with GMIC plugin in Krita or GIMP, and we're going to use it in Kdenlive as well. But with these LUTs, you can use it anywhere where LUT is actually applicable, like Kdenlive, Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, Photoshop, Krita, GIMP, etc., etc. So let's get started and let's see. Alright, so first thing, let's see how we can do it in Kdenlive. So I'm firing up Kdenlive here, and there we go. And let's go to TRF Steel. Here is raw footage here. So suppose this is our raw footage, and suppose we are here. So first thing is it is kind of a graded, but we need to create an ungraded file here. So let's create let's go for gamma and everything. So let's go to lift gamma gain, and we can make it kind of ungraded first. So this is the basis of color correction. So if you don't have ungraded footage, you should create it ungraded first. So let's try it here, and things are coming along. All right, so something like that. Suppose this is our ungraded footage. All right, so here we go. And now suppose we want to color correct it. So let's go for let's see, let's go for lift gamma gain again, or you can use RGB as well. So I'm just going to use lift gamma gain, and suppose this is gamma, so let's convert it somewhere here, and let's turn up gain here. There we go. We will see the advanced one in Krita. So I'm just doing it. Suppose we are doing it in Kdenlive or Premiere Pro or any kind of other application. All right, even you can use it with Blender as well. Okay, so suppose this is our color correction. All right, so let's do something like this, and probably something like this. Okay, so this one is our ungraded footage, right? So let's extract this frame. Okay, and I'm going to name it ungraded footage. Okay, there we go. And this one is graded footage. So what we can do is basically extract this frame as well. So I'm just going to name it graded footage. Let's see the basic first. All right, so now what we can do is basically we can fire up Krita or GIMP. So I'm going to fire up Krita here. Everything is same. What you need is basically the GMIC plugin. All right, so Krita is Krita 5 currently has the GMIC Qt plugin installed by default. So yeah, so this is the ungraded footage. All right, this is the ungraded footage, and this is the graded footage we have. Insert as new layer. Okay, so you can see this is the graded footage, and beneath it there is the ungraded footage. So select this graded footage. Now let's go to filter, go to start GMIC Qt. You will find this exact plugin in GIMP as well. So let's start GMIC Qt here, and let's search for LUT. Okay, and this is the CLUT. Let me show you here from after and before layers. Select this one. Let's go to reset. Here we go. All right, so here what we need to do is basically save CLUT as .cube or .png file. So select it. The output CLUT is 64. You can go for 64 or you can go for high bit depth. I will go for 256. All right, it's up to you. and where it should be saved, I'm saving it in desktop. You can select your file here. So saving desktop, I'm going to name it suppose Berlin. All right. And influence of color samples, by default it is 50, so let's give it 50. And this one is pretty much important. By default it should be active default, okay, but we have a graded footage in top, and in bottom we have ungraded footage. So what we can do is basically active and below. The active one is graded, below one is ungraded. Okay, so now let's press OK, and it will be saved in your desktop as berlin.cube. All right, so now let's see. I'm just going to turn off this one. I don't need color correction anymore. So what we can do is basically we can come here in Kdenlive and go to LUT and apply the LUT here. So let's open it, Berlin cube. Here we go. Okay, so why we use LUT? It is, you know, so-called a magical name, but actually LUT is nothing. LUT is basically, you know, comparing two pixel values and shifting towards and shifting their values. All right, nothing else. It's just a, you know, RGB value shifting. And why we use it? Practically we use it for, you know, less hassle. That means, you know, suppose we are in a station, and there is one guy is doing grading, one guy is another person is doing color correction and everything. So we can compile all of these grading and color correction into a single file. Okay, that is called LUT. It is nothing else. So don't get crazy about, you know, we can use it LUT and everything. So this is the basic of LUT. Okay, that's it. You can see this one is with color correction and this one is without color correction. That means we are applying a LUT, and that's how we can use it. All right, so now we're going to see how to do it in Krita. Let's see. All right, so we're going to work with Krita now. So let's extract this frame. You can see I have the raw footage here and I have not ungraded it, so we can use it, no problem. So let's go to extract frame and I'm going to name it raw, something like that. So raw PNG. So now let's go to Krita and let's select this one here. So this is we need to ungrade it first. So let's go to background here. Okay, and let's press Ctrl J to create a duplicate. Okay, now press group, Ctrl G to create a group. So first thing first is basically we need to ungrade it. So let's create a filter layer, and to ungrade it we can use slope offset here. Actually let's go in here. Okay, yeah, now let's go for filter offset, that is in filter layer, add a filter layer, and the slope offset, in slope we're going for HSV of 50% and power for 50% as well. So it will give us ungraded footage here. Okay, so now let's color correct it. Basic simple color correction. All right, so what I want to do, okay, I want to do it in matrix, something like a matrix look, or something like, you know, green or something. So let's see what we can do here. So let's go to filter layer and let's create another one. So we're going to use color adjustment here heavily. So first thing first is basically let's color grade it. So the color grade is in RGBA. So what we can do is basically we can turn down the shadow a little bit, yeah, and let's use highlight a little bit more. There we go. So if you understand curve, you can understand anything. All right, so curve is the most powerful thing. So this is how we can color grade it. Okay, the shadow is coming and the highlight is balanced, which is good. So we can use some S curve. Actually we don't need it, so the color grade is all right. So let's go for it. Okay, the shadow and the highlight balanced. So this is our color grade. So we can name it grid. So these are called black point and white point mixing. All right, so now let's go here, and now let's go for our filter layer again. So now we're going to color correct it. So we have done the grading. Now time to color correct. We don't need RGBA here. Actually, yeah, we can. So let's create a punchy contrast here, somewhere here. And we need matrix, right? So let's go to red. What we can do is basically we can okay, let's go to green first, and let's up it a notch. So it's a kind of a matrix fill here, which is good, the midtone. And let's go to blue, somewhere here, right? Yeah, something like that. So it could be a matrix one. Actually, you know what, let's go for default. I want to do it in a I like goldish color, so let's go for goldish. So let's go for red somewhere here. Yeah, red, green. And let's use blue to create a Berlin look. I like this color palette, you know. Awesome. All right, so this is our filter, and now let's go for, not sure what we can do. Let's see. Yeah, we can use some shadow. So let's use a filter mask. Oops, not this one. Go to group, let's use a filter layer. There we go. Let's go to color balance. Okay, I want to balance it a little bit. It should be here. Okay, so let's go to again filter layer, and let's use color balance here. So we can give it negative shadow, so it will be the color, the green one. Yep, there we go. There we go. I know the the so-called cinematic look or something like that. There is nothing called cinematic look. All right, so people use jargon all the time, so there we go, something like that. Highlight, I think highlight is good here, no problem. Let's reset it. Probably a little bit of yellow, that will do, and magenta. There we go. Alright, something like that. Shadows, I think the shadow can be punched a little bit, so let's go against green. There we go, and yellow, something like that. Yeah, there we go. And tone, little bit of bleach. All right, so we want a bleach, so let's go for a filter layer again, and for this one we're going to use a dodge, a little bit of bleach, highlight. There we go, something like that. All right, so yep, it will work. Or we can use Krita has a really nice curve that is called filter layer, and what we can do here is basically we can create color adjustment, and we can go to saturation, and we can give it a kind of a bleach look. There we go, somewhere here, and we can use a lightness a little bit, darken it up a little bit. There you go, I think it's looking good. and probably a little bit of touch of red. Yep, that's good. All right, there we go. So all right, suppose we like it. All right, so you can also why we are using filter layers. All right, filter layers because we can use it with opacity and everything. We can enable it, disable it, we can even change it. So suppose I want to change these properties, so we can go for here and we can, so this is a non-destructive way of working. All right, suppose we need something like this just to show off. I don't know. There we go. All right, so there it is. So something like that. All right, I like it. So suppose we like it. So what we can do now is basically press Ctrl J to create another group. Why we are creating a group? Because I want to disable it for future reference, and this one is called group 1. So what you can do is basically press right click, convert to paint layer, or the shortcut is press Ctrl E to merge the layer. Okay, so now the group is done. So these are the changes we want. So what we can do now is basically select this group 1 merge, go to the filter, go to start GMIC Qt. Again, everything is same with GIMP as well. So if you want to use GIMP, you can use it, no problem. So I want to name it something like film, suppose film cube and everything. So 256 and everything. All right, active and below. Let's okay. There we go. Now let's go to Kdenlive, go to this and search for LUT. Okay, it's in effects and composition, and that is effects. Okay, effects, apply LUT. Now let's select these film. There we go. Done. And we have Berlin as well. I think the Berlin, yeah, this one is Berlin, this one is film. Okay, there we go. Apply Berlin, and this is film. Okay, why this one is crunching? Because we have not used the gamut one here. Okay, so that's fine. So this is the film one. Okay, so this is how the pipeline goes. Okay, so why we don't recommend using another one? Suppose we have this ungraded PNG here. Okay, let's shift it here. So let's see how it looks. Apply LUT. And let's go for film. Okay, it will look okayish, but because it has another kind of data and information, another kind of RGB, it will not look like this one. Okay, because you can see that it has green and everything. This doesn't have any green actually. So if I go here, it has very little green. This one is very different from this one. Okay, so, but we can use it if you want to use it, but you will need to color manage it further. So suppose if we go to gamma and create a lit gamma again, and suppose we want to convert it a little bit with this, we can do it, but I don't recommend it because every stock is stock means every film and noise pattern they will change. So you can use these LUTs, but you need to change it a little bit here and there. So yeah, so that's how you can use it. So here we go. I went further and I created these LUT here, a very simple curve tool. Very simple curve. You can see it here. Properties RGBA. So just a very simple curve, nothing else. So, and I created these LUT here as well. So let's see it in action. So if I go to Kdenlive now, here is our one. So let's apply the LUT, and let's apply it as this one is gold.cube. So Here it is. All right. And now if I go here and let's apply a LUT here, let's use our film, and let's also use gold cube. So this is the gold cube LUT here. Okay, it has come from here. It's looking good. Suppose I think the highlight is a little bit, so what we can do is basically we can just, so I just want to give you the whole package, just not use LUT randomly, use it with responsibly, use it responsibly to create your thing. Okay? So you can color balance it further more. I really wish that this LUT should have a strength value, then it would be much more beneficial for us. So I will give it a go in Kdenlive forum. Let's see if we can do it. All right. So anyway, so this is the same gold cube we have here. Okay. So these two are same. All right. And this is the film. And if we use this film here, it looks like this. If we go to Berlin, it looks like this. So you got the idea, right? So now we're going to see how to apply it in Krita as well. So let's see. Okay, to apply a LUT in Krita or GIMP, what you can do is basically you can duplicate your background, and then suppose these are not there, so I'm just going to delete it. Okay, so here it is, and let's go to filter, go to start GMIC Qt here, and let's go to LUT. Okay, and there is apply external C LUT. So let's go for, this is the Berlin one, and this one is the gold one. Okay, so this is the gold one. All right, this strength, I was talking about this strength. Okay, I really wish that Kdenlive has this strength value. So I will, let's see, I will talk it in in the forum. So yeah, so suppose if you have a strength of 100%, you can do it like that. You can go for brightness and everything. So this is very much manageable. The Kdenlive one is not too much manageable. So let's see, maybe in future. All right, so that's all. You can just press OK and it will be there. So this one was this, and this one is okay. So same goes to GIMP as well. So all right, so here we go. I'm Father Boutique from CG Virus, and we're going to see next time. Bye bye.